Hello folks and welcome to the Vertigo Tea Party, and let's try Oozi Earth Adventure by Awesome Game Studios. It is a 2D platformer. It supports Steam achievements, trading cards, has leaderboards, and has cloud saves as well. Normally it's $9.99. However, on launch week, which is this week, it is available for $7.99. It's available for Windows and does have full controller support. Now I have tried playing it with the keyboard and the controller. The keyboard was passable. I was able to use it. However, if you have a controller, I strongly recommend using that. But I make that recommendation for all platformers, not just this one, because as much of a PC man as I am, controller you just can't beat for platformers. Let's hop right in. Now there's three modes here. There's story mode, challenge mode, and arcade mode. I'm going to go into all of those a little bit, but let's go to story mode first. We're going to play stage 2 or area 2, stage 1. And I'll kind of explain the game as we go along here. Go ahead and get started. Alright, I've played this stage more than I should have, for multiple reasons. But you are this alien guy, I don't know what his name is. And you have crash landed and lost your spacesuit. You are mostly naked. Right now I've actually found the gloves and the boots. Now to start off, you do get double jump, because as with many platformers these days, it's one of those games where you start off with, you know, the basics, and then as you progress, you unlock new abilities to help you progress through these levels. Well, you start off with double jump, which is good. I hate when platformers don't give you double jump right off the start. It's just very annoying. And then, as you progress, you learn to jump straight into spikes. Like a brilliant person. I've accidentally got this on kid difficulty, but I'll explain the difficulty here in just a bit. But I've also unlocked wall climb, and wall jump, and this little slam. As you can see, with enemies like this, I can jump on them, but it doesn't kill them. So I can either slam them like that to kill them. I can also do a punch after they've been stunned. So what are these stars? What the hell am I doing? Honestly, it should be pretty obvious what I'm doing. This is a checkpoint. If I die, I come back to the checkpoint. There's also, you know, there's some standard platforming things that you're going to see. Like this is like a trampoline. If you do the slam on it, you actually get shot up higher. If you just do a normal jump, you don't bounce very high. So you have to slam them to go higher. Again, pretty standard fare as far as platformers go. Let's go ahead and punch him into the other guy and kill him. I'm going to try to get all the stars here so I can maximize my point gettage. But, yeah, so there are hidden areas, like over here. That looks pretty suspicious. Our pit. You can look down, you can look up to see what's above and below you, and you can see, this looks like a safety. Oh, and I slammed into one of these bouncy bubble things. Now, there are 5 hidden stars per level. If you get all of the stars, the hidden stars that is, you will unlock a bonus challenge. Some challenges are available right from the start. Others you have to unlock via getting the stars. Some people are probably going to have mixed feelings on that, because some folks don't want to have to try to find all the hidden items. They want to just hop straight into... Wow. I seem to be jumping higher too. That might be the kid mode thing. Yeah, I think that's a kid mode thing. So I might have to, you know what, tell you what. We won't finish the stage. But let's turn kid mode off, because that's a little bit too easy. This will give us a chance to look at the options very, very quickly. You have sound and volume controls, vibration, bloom, full screen, resolution. Now, 4 different difficulties. Kid, you cannot die, and it seems like you jump a lot higher as well. There is easy, normal, and hardcore. Now, as far as these other difficulties, the only difference I think there is how much health you have. On hardcore, which we will play on, is you only have 1 health. So if you get hit once, you go back to the checkpoint. But you can get extra health, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Distortion effects, not sure what that is. And ghosts. Now, ghosts are like if you have played Dark Souls, or if you have played Trials Evolution, where you can actually see like people on your friends list. Like you can see they're a ghost. Or with Dark Souls, you see like the ghost of someone in the same area as you doing, you know, whatever it is that they're doing. This is the same principle, and you should see the ghost here soon. In fact, you might have seen him before, and I just wasn't really paying attention. But let's see, you can see the ghost running down there. I really like that aspect, and I'd like to see more games do that. I actually like to see other players, like what they're doing. I have my ghost set to random. You can also set it to best, and what best is, I'm thinking, is whoever is the top on the leaderboards, it will save their ghost, and it will, you know, so you can see that, so that way you can see this is the best way to do this level as far as a score attack goes. And also, if you see any kind of hitching, like kind of little stutteriness here and there, that is not the game. While I'm not recording, I've had absolutely no technical problems, no crashes, no stuttering, anything like that. But when I'm recording, I'm getting a few hitches here and there. So again, please keep in mind, if you do see that, that is not the game. Almost certainly it is the recording software itself. So as you see at the top, I've actually got 3 health now, even though I only started with 1. Every so many points, and I think it might be like 4,000 points, you get another health heart. Oops. And by doing things like jumping into spikes, you lose a health. And if you lose all your health, you go back to the last checkpoint that you reached. Checkpoints are pretty frequent. Now, anyone who's watched my channel for long knows that I am someone who absolutely despises. We'll skip that one for now, since we're just trying to show you this level. We already went over there before. But people who've watched my channel before know that I tend to lose my patience very, very quickly with games that force me to redo the same things over and over again. However, I don't really have that problem with this game. One, because I feel like, for the most part, I don't feel there's been a lot of cheap damage. I don't feel like, you know, you jump down and, oh, there was spikes down there. You should have known that, or you should have stopped for a second and looked. So I don't feel like there's a lot of cheap damage that I take. 2, it's pretty frequently that you can get more health. You can see I'm back to 3 health already. And the waypoints, the checkpoints, are pretty common. So unless I screw up badly, man, this is the second time I've taken damage here. It's sad because these are insanely easy to avoid. But it's rare that I need to use a checkpoint, and when I do, I feel like, you know, they gave me plenty of opportunities not to have to use that checkpoint. So I actually don't mind. And again, they are frequent enough that it's not really a major issue. Now, those of you who want a hardcore, difficult platformer, I'll tell you right off the bat, this isn't going to be the game for you. This is just a straight up platformer without a lot of difficulty and a lot of punishment. So if you're looking for those things, I can tell you straight off the bat, that's not what you're going to find here. However, I will say it is a fun platformer. So those of you who just want a fun platformer, absolutely check this game out, especially with 10 bucks. I mean, that's a steal, I think. And we'll go into the other modes as well. And occasionally you run into these quote-unquote puzzles. Like, there's a box up there I can slam, the box drops. Honestly, there's really not even really a reason for it. Speaking of puzzles, there is none in this game. And they seem to be totally fine with that. They're like, look, this is a platforming game. If you want to platform, this is the game for you. We want to focus on platforming with tight controls. We're not going to have you wasting a lot of time trying to figure out the puzzle, or how do I get past this, or punishing you on tough, you know, boss fights, or super precision timing. That's not really what this game is going for, I don't think. They just want a good, solid platformer. And I think they've done it. The controls feel really tight. And hopefully you don't hear me popping away at my controller. I've got it hidden under my desk, so it's hopefully not making a ton of noise. But I really feel the controls are tight. They feel good. I don't feel like at any point I've died because, oh, the controls are just crap. That has not happened with this game, which is good. You also hear the new mechanic where there's like a hook in the wall. Normally when you grab onto a wall, you kind of slide down and you can jump off. With the hooks, you just stay steady and you can actually jump straight up or to the side or into a monster. You know, whatever you want. The game gives you options. If you want to be terrible like me, you can jump straight into monsters. I love the punching the enemies. You can do the butt slam on them, but it's more amusing to punt them. Got another hidden star here. I probably should have looked down before I leaped. Now, one thing this game is missing, I think, is, let's say I want to try to kill as many enemies as I can without hitting the ground. Even, you know, Mario had that, and that's pretty much the penultimate, the original platformer. And even that had it where if you jumped on multiple Goombas or multiple turtles without touching the ground, you're rewarded with that, with, you know, extra points, 1-ups, etc. This game doesn't have that. It's not a big deal, but I would have liked to have seen it. Like, because the first few times I did it, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to kill as many of these enemies that are close together without touching the ground as I can. And I did it, and I still got the same amount of points on each one. And I was a little disappointed. Now, the main thing for points are, as I've mentioned before, you get extra health. And, of course, the game does have leaderboards. So, also, those of you who are interested in competing on leaderboards, this is a game you'll want to look at. One thing I am disappointed, though, as far as the leaderboards go, is, as far as I have seen, there's no just flat time-based. They're all score-based. And I don't think your score is factored... Oh, this is a hidden one. We'll go ahead and show this. The score, your time is not factored into your score at all, as far as I can tell. Even on the arcade mode and the challenges, you have to beat them in a set amount of time, but I don't think you get extra points for beating a stage faster. What I would have really liked to have seen is some kind of score attack mode where the time factors into your score, so that you have to decide, okay, when I'm running through this stage, okay, that's the end of the stage. And it'll tell us how many stars. I think we only got 4. I skipped the 1. And again, if you get all 5, which I've already done, actually, for this level, you unlock a bonus challenge level, which we will check out now. But yeah, I would like to see where you get bonus points for beating stages quickly. So you have to weigh in your mind, okay, do I veer off the main path to get more stars, or is it not worth it? Should I just beat the stage as quickly as possible? So it becomes like you have to plan out, okay, this side route is worth it because there's 1,000 points worth of stars to the left, but this side route's not worth it because there's only 100 and I lose too much time doing it. That would have been awesome to see. Maybe that's something they could add in later, but let's go ahead and we're going to try the challenge mode. There's 44 challenge modes. Very briefly, I'm going to show you the first one. The first one's pretty boring. I think it's just trying to get you into the idea of the challenge. Now, all challenges I've seen have a primary goal and then 2 secondary goals, or at least 2 secondary goals. This one is to catch 25 stars. You can see at the top right, it shows both the time and how many stars I've gotten. Now, it has secondary goals of catch 30 stars and take no damage. And you would think not taking damage in this would be super, super easy, but it took me more times than I care to admit to do that. Again, that's all that one is. Very, very simplistic, but don't think that is the standard. Let's go ahead and we'll do the second one. I want to show at least 1 or 2 more of these off because I know a lot of folks are into the whole challenge thing. Now, this one we have to complete the level, and the secondary goal is leave 30 seconds at the end. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here. And lose no health. This one I actually did get 3 stars on, and it took me quite a few runs, and honestly it was pretty fun because I was, you know, working on finding the ideal route to get through as quickly as possible while also not risking myself taking damage. So it was fun running through it again, you know, just trying to figure it out, not taking any damage, etc. And also like this little I don't know if that's intended. Oops, messed it up on that one. But yeah, and the challenges are different. Not every one is the same. And again, this one is just going through the stage. You got, I think, 3 minutes is what it starts off as, and if I can beat it with, you know, 30 seconds extra, which I think I did, then you will also get another star. So basically, you get 1 star for actually completing the challenge, the main challenge, and then 2 bonus, or you know, then there's 2 extra stars due to the secondary objective. So if I beat this, and I had 30 seconds left, but I took 1 point of damage, I'd get, you know, 2 stars. And if I could do all 3, I get 3 stars. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's check out one more challenge level. Again, trying to give you an idea of what kind of things you can expect to see. One thing I don't like is you can't see the challenge goals before you go into it, because sometimes they're just listed as challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3. So this should be, I'm pointing at it like you can see it. This should be displayed on the previous screen. When I highlight, this should pop out to the side and say eliminate all enemies and with secondary goals, score over 6,000 points. And we're definitely not going to show much of this one. This is kind of one of those that you will need to do more than once. unless you get lucky on the order, because I've done this one, but I didn't get all stars because there's a specific order that you'll want to go in due to how the stage is laid out. But yeah, you just want to beat the, kill as many as you can quickly and get the stars because you want to get over 6,000 points. I'm not sure what the minimum is there, but somehow I did not die there. But yeah, you just gotta kill a star, kill all the enemies, and you got 3 minutes to do it. Well, actually over 3 minutes because we've already wasted some time. So there's definitely these challenge modes in here to keep it interesting. All right, it's just about to end anyway. Nope, we want to quit out. I just want to show you what I mean. Like here, when I highlight the challenge level, I can't see what they are. I had to go by memory, which mine is terrible. So I'd like to see off to the side here or something when this is highlighted, it tells me what the stage is. Maybe a picture, so I can go, oh yeah, I remember what this is. And you can click on leaderboards. You can see where my rank is rank 9 because I'm amazing at this game. You can see the overall ranks. You can see who's first and how many points they have. It looks like we all have the same amount of points, which makes sense based on that particular challenge that I'm looking at. And I can also compare myself to my friends who, I guess I don't have any friends who have done this one. I wanted to mock Ravenvale on 95, that's a shame. Let's go ahead and hop to arcade mode. Now, arcade mode are more of the time attacks, where you want to get through as quickly as possible, but you also want to get a good score. So this is close to what I was talking about before, but as I mentioned, I don't think your time counts into the score. So I like to see another mode again, where the faster you beat the level, you get bonus points, but you get points from stars and killing enemies too. So you have to decide, is killing the enemies worthwhile as far as, as my time goes, right? And again, this is just the levels you've already played. And I'm already getting beat by the ghost here. I will say I really like the ghost aspect because there's been many times where I'm playing and me and the ghost are close, like right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get ahead of this guy. And then, I'll either fall behind and I'm like, oh no. And I get annoyed, or, he falls behind and I'm like, oh yeah, suck it, random internet person. So I really like that aspect of the thing. It's such a, relatively simple thing and something we're starting to see more and more of. Let's jump into the spikes. Spikes give you health as far as I know. But it's really, I don't know, it adds an extra competitive edge. And I'm not like an overly competitive person. I usually don't bother competing on leaderboards and what have you. But like when I actually see the ghost there, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy is going down. So I want to beat the stages as quickly as possible. And again, this is just the very first stage, and that's what all the arcade modes are, is just beating the stages quickly and getting X number of points. So I think you get the idea. Good time to stop right before I ran into that acorn. Yes, I do want to quit the game. And of course, there are leaderboards for that as well. We can look at the leaderboards. Let's see. Rank 6. Not too bad. Rank 6 in the world. Which, I mean, I guess there's not that many people playing yet because the game just came out today, I believe. Actually, yesterday. You guys will be seeing this on the 6th. But yeah, overall, I really like this. The art and the animation and the music are okay. Your hero doesn't really have a lot of personality. One cool thing about Super Meat Boy was Super Meat Boy had a little bit of a personality. He never really said anything, but due to the story elements, he kind of got us, you kind of identified with him a little bit. This hero, I almost said I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure his name is Oozi, which would, make sense. Not Oozi as in the submachine gun type thing, but Oozi as in O-O-Z-I, obviously. But he doesn't have a lot of personality. He kind of just always has that same expression on his face. And I realized Super Meat Boy was just a cube of meat. But I think people who've played Super Meat Boy know exactly what I'm talking about. Just doesn't have a lot of personality. But quite frankly, it's not necessary. It's a bonus on top of, an already good game. Is that the character, you really like the character. I don't see anybody wearing, Oozi shirts anytime soon. But that's partially because this game doesn't do a lot new. There's not, at least so far, there's not been any new mechanics. There's 20 stages in the campaign. I fought one boss. The boss is super easy. I think I beat him on my second try. And I don't think this game is trying to revolutionize anything. I think they just wanted to say, look, we wanted to make a solid platformer. Here you go. No bells and whistles. There's no puzzles you have to solve. No, extraneous stuff. It's just a platformer. And for those of you looking for a not overly challenging, overly punishing platformer, I think you want to look at this, especially at the price point of $9.99. It's really, really hard to beat for that price. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say about this game. And again, it's also really good if you're into the whole leaderboard. So I think this game does a really good job of just being what it wants to be, and that is a platformer. And that's quite okay. I'm okay with the game saying, look, we're not going to revolutionize, but there's not be a ton of innovation here. We just want to make a fun to play platformer. And I think they've succeeded. Again, those of you who are very, very good at platformers and want a super challenging one, this isn't going to challenge you. Those of you who can, I want to beat the guy, you're not going to be challenged by this game very much. But it's still fun to play. So definitely check it out. Again, it's Oozi Earth Adventure by Awesome Game Studios for $9.99 on Steam. I will have a link to the game in the comments or in the description below the video. So definitely check it out. I don't know if they have a demo, but honestly, just from what you've seen, you'll probably realize very quickly if it's going to be the type of game that you are going to be into or not. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. And especially if you pick this game up, leave comments, because I'm always very interested to hear from feedback from folks who have actually played it. I want to hear what you guys thought of the game. If you'd like to see more videos like this, if you'd like the little help discovering new games that you might not have heard of, definitely subscribe and check into my Let's Try playlist. I've got lots of games in there that you've probably never heard of, but many of them are quite fun. So anyway, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time.